We didn't get no
That's right.
Go, go, go. We've been told.
Really?
We are live.
Yeah.
We are live.
All right, then. Welcome back to Knuckle Up. Good afternoon, Talkin Fight fans around the world. Thanks for joining us once again here on Talkin Fight. And we're going to get right into it. Here's Mike, here's Cedric, and here goes me.
Yep. Yo, what up, Talkin Fight fans? Thanks for tuning into this episode of Knuckle Up with Mike Orr and Cedric Benn, coming to you live from the den. You know what it's about. You're here to see the new up-and-coming prospects that, are new around the world. And this is a channel you're coming to get it, man. And today, we're talking about Chris Kongo. Chris Kongo, man, 13-1 with 7 KOs in the welterweight division, now ranked 5th out of 133 in the UK, 37th out of 1,944 in the world. This 29-year-old, known as Too Slick, stands at 6 feet tall, and he's from Bermondsey, London, United Kingdom, coming off a points win against Kelvin Dotel back on the 26th of March this year. Let's talk about him. Cedric.
Sorry, give me his record again.
He is now 13-1 with 7 KOs.
It's 13-1 with 7 KOs. Yeah. I could tell. There's only one full fight that I can find of his on YouTube, and other than that, and just watching the highlights, doesn't have a high KO percentage record, but he is a very good boxer, and you can tell that's what he mainly focuses on, using his he's what you say is like 6'1" or 2.
6 foot, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And he does his best to make sure to use every bit of his long reach to try to keep his opponent away from him. So yeah, man, that shows why the low knockout percentage, but high boxing skills.
Definitely. He's definitely one of these fighters that can fight off the front and back foot. Definitely shows skills in both sides. In his younger days, man, when he was going to school, he would often find himself counting down the hours until it was time to gather his belongings and head off to Downside Fisher Youth Club, where he first fell in love with the sport of boxing. And at the age of 8, he initially joined the club to take part in more harmless activities, table tennis, football, swimming, etc. Soon, though, influenced by his 2 older brothers, the boy from South Bermondsey would lace up his first pair of gloves, climb through the ropes, and never look back. It's true, man. This kid definitely, former WBO global welterweight champion Chris Kongo kicks off 2022 with a bang. At the beginning of the year, announced that he had signed a multi-fight promotional deal with Boxer, along with Jamie, who we were talking about yesterday. He's thrilled to be joining Boxer's stable, and now under the tutelage of trainer Benn Davidson, who also guides undisputed world lightweight champion Josh Taylor, amongst many other talents. And he plots a big year this year, man. He's now 13-1 with 7 KOs. He's managed and guided by Dillian White, and joins Boxer alongside a whole bunch of new guys, man. And definitely this kid is going to be one to watch. Just like the world-rated cruiserweight Richard Rappaport, underrated welterweight Chris Kongo was stabbed as a teenager on the streets of England's capital city before embracing the gym, as well as the dedicated and disciplined lifestyle of being a boxer. And on the 26th, both these promising contenders were fighting separate opponents at Wembley Arena instead of fighting on the streets. Kongo admitted to being lured into the gang culture of South London, but thankfully escaped that life, proceeded to achieve over 70 wins as an amateur. And at one point, he was part of the renowned and highly respected Team GB squad. Too Slick was mostly developed through the British small hall scene after turning pro in 2016 and caught the eye of some boxing purists. Fights with the top domestic welterweights were hard to come by, as he appeared to be viewed as a high risk but a low reward by many within the sport. The 29-year-old standout win came in the summer of 2020 on the White Povetkin pay-per-view, sadly in front of only a handful of the observers during the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. He was matched with Luther Clay in a 50-50 clash for WBO's global 147-pound strap. 9th round knockout to qualify left hooks forced Clay.
What weight class is this again? Sorry,
that was at the 147.
And that's what he fights at welterweight.
Yeah, he's a welter. So a ninth round knockout via 2 quality left hooks forced Clay's corner to throw the towel in as their man was on the verge of being counted out. Kongo had arrived and announced himself as, one of the ones to follow, like in his rise here, man. In the next outing, the notoriously awkward undefeated southpaw Michael McKinson narrowly outpointed Kongo in a close bout with a WBO belt as a bargaining chip and the ranking that comes with it. He's back in the who needs him club, really. Kongo understandably blamed the loss on lack of activity, having only fought once in 2 years preceding the McKinson fight. So now under the tutelage of Ben Davidson, trainer who seems to know nothing but success, Combo is looking for big fights. And he's ultra confident, man, and believes that he can be the very best in the world at 147 and has sparred the undisputed 140-pound world champion Josh Taylor. So he knows what it takes to be in the ring and fight those guys who are at the summit of the sport. He has previously called out one of Britain's biggest names in the division, Benn, and believes that he can beat him and decisively knock him out. So, this guy's got big chip on his shoulder, man, and he definitely...
He's also, I don't know about calling out a knockout when you only got a 50% KO rating, right? Or is it 50% or 60 with 7 out of 13 fights was ended in a KO for Mr. Kongo?
Yes, definitely.
So I'm not sure about predicting a knockout against Benn. I got a special in my heart for Benn because we share the same last name, so I got a little extra love for Benn.
I know you do.
So, but anyway, back to my man Chris Kongo, very good boxer. I really like his skills. I like these guys that use their educated jab and keep their opponent, make their opponent have to work to get to them. And yeah, man, looking forward to see his next match.
Oh, me too. Kongo racked up over 70 victories as an amateur, and then jetting across Europe to sweep up trophies and championships aplenty, whilst learning the trade and sharpening his tools ahead of an early entrance into the pro ranks. And at the age of 23, with an inkling that Josh Kelly would beat him to place at the 2016 Olympic Games as a Team GB welterweight hopeful, he decided to turn professional under tutelage of Brixton trainer Ted Bammy. He opened up his account with 2 routine wins before the opportunity to spar with the IBO super middleweight world champion Chris Eubank Jr. arose. From that, the chance to compete on Eubank's undercard is just the 3rd pro bout. And he hasn't looked back since, man. And definitely coming off that close points loss to Michael McKinson is definitely sitting in the back of his mind there. And now he's here to prove that he is the best in the world at 147. And he's called out Florian Marku and believes that Florian Marku needs to beat him before Marku will get the big name fights that he wants. So Marku has definitely believed that
Marku versus Kongo, that would be a good fight.
Definitely
skills versus power, because Marku he's trying to stop you every time he fights. He's trying to stop you every time he fights you, and Kongo is trying to outbox you every time he fights. So that'd be a very interesting clash of styles between those two.
Yes,
and if it happens, you heard it here first. So make sure you remember that.
That's right, man. That's right. You heard it here first. Shout out to Stan and Amber dropping comments in the
Stan, Amber,
chat,
what
man.
up? What up?
Thanks for tuning in to this day's episode of Knuckle Up at 4 with Mike and Cedric, Benn in the Den. You know what it is, guys, man. We're bringing you the youngest, hottest, undefeated, and undisputed prospects around the world, and we're the only channel doing it, man. If you haven't yet, please like and share, tell all your friends, hit up talkinfight.com, please subscribe, and buy that membership, man. Get your chance to the exclusive content and all the perks that come along with it. And we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same channel, new prospect for you. Knuckle up.
Peace, knuckle up.